Post-game show brought to you by your Alberta Ram dealers.
Winning Motor Trend Truck of the Year 3 times in a row? That had never been done before. Then again, neither had a 12-inch touchscreen or 1,000 pound-feet of torque. Never been done before. It's just kind of our thing.
Flames Postgame Live is on the air, brought to you by Ram Truck, winner of Motor Trend Truck of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. Brendan Parker alongside Matt Stajan once again for the postgame show, talking about a 2-1 Calgary Flames victory here in the first game with Darryl Sutter back behind the bench. And, boy, it kind of felt like a Darryl Sutter type game. 2-1, low chances in terms of giving things up. What did you make of the overall 60-minute performance here from the Flames tonight?
Yeah, it was a great effort and very team-oriented. It was, they had a plan. I think we have to get used to watching these low-scoring games because that's Darryl Sutter style hockey, and the Flames did that tonight. They were putting pucks in behind their D early in the game. They weren't trying to do too much, keeping it simple, win the battles at the blue lines, and from it you pot 2 goals off turnovers, and your fourth line gets you some big goals, and you come out with a win.
Yeah, and fourth line out there near the end of the game, too, to finish it off. Let's take a look at the goals, as you mentioned, both coming from that line here tonight. And it, in fact, took a little bit of time before we got that first goal. Scoreless after one, and then this was in the second period. And nice off the rush here and some slick passing to finish this one off for Leivo's second.
Yeah, it's good support across the whole ice. Sam Bennett doing a good job carrying that puck up the ice, making a move, and fourth line showing some skill there, and good to see Josh Leivo get on the board again there. So it's a big goal. It's the first goal in any hockey game. It's huge. So for the Flames to get it, in a game where both teams are really structured, goes a long way.
And then a couple of, actually almost a couple of turnovers, but this is the one that counted. It was Derek Ryan jumping that pass, and then it ends up once again on the stick of Josh Leivo.
Yeah, it's a great shot by Leivo, but Derek Ryan here being in position, he doesn't get an assist, I don't think he touched the puck, but him being above the guy in the middle of the ice who got the puck created that turnover. And that's what we saw all night, where the Flames above the puck, they're reloading so they could pinch, and it led to success. You're going to win games that way with Darryl as your coach. That's how he wins hockey games. If you look at his track record, it's low scoring, good goaltending, good special teams, everybody buying in defensively, working hard in the O-zone, and it was great to see it, because their structure has been missing all year. That's been up and down, but when you are this structured, putting a complete 60 minutes together is a lot easier, and you could see the buy-in from every single guy. It wasn't just one guy; it was the whole team, and that's how you win hockey games.
Well, and then, obviously the fact that Corey Perry gets them within one, and then, what did you see after that? Obviously, they get the push. You expect that from the team trailing, but what did you make of just what they did or did not give up in the final 10 minutes or so?
Yeah, you knew there was going to be a push from Montreal. I don't think they were happy with their game, but anytime a team's down, they're going to come out with that push, and they did get that goal, but I didn't see the Flames really change their game all night. Right from the start, they limited any point-blank chances. There were not many odd man rushes that I can even remember, where in games past here we've seen multiple odd man rushes. So they're just more in sync, playing from the middle out, and that's how you're going to win. And that's how this team's built. It's not built to play run and gun, try and outscore teams. Even though they can keep up with teams like that, you just won't win consistently that way. And Darryl knows that, and he's brought in this structure. And and when we play a clip later, we can show how late in the game how the Flames, just kept at it. Usually teams sit back, but
if you want to
run that.
Well, if you guys have it queued up, I mean, this is what are we talking here? 5 minutes left or so. That led to the penalty and the power play eventually in the final 5 minutes or so, and we'll pull that up. But it starts in the offensive zone with the Monahan, Gaudreau, and Ritchie line, and led to about 50 seconds or so of O-zone time.
Yeah, and the old cliche is, how do you play good defense? Play in the offensive zone. That's where you're the best on playing defense. And it's just an offensive zone face-off, and the Monahan line's out here, and just watch them. They're on the puck. They're keeping it to the outside. They're not trying to force any passes. They're using their D. They're cycling the puck, moving around. Everybody's got their feet moving, ready to reload if there is a breakdown. But they keep this going, and you're killing the clock. They killed almost 40 seconds here, and they get a change in too mid-shift here, and that's when I think it was manager Dylan Dubé came on.
I think, yeah.
And that's when the penalty happened. But that's winning hockey. You don't sit back and just chip it in. It's staying on it, playing the same way for a full 60. And that's just a great example. As you haven't seen that from the Flames earlier in the season, and tonight you saw it.
And I wanted to ask you about just the usage, and I think that's one of the things that we had heard a lot about, or had seen a lot previously with Darryl, and kind of going with whoever sees moving, or whoever sees really feeling it that particular night. And tonight, the fourth line, they end up getting a lot of work throughout the course of this game, and but the numbers all across the forward group's pretty balanced throughout.
Yeah, and that's Darryl. That's one of his assets. Is he knows who's going, and whoever's going is going to play.
Yeah.
And typically with this team this year, the fourth line was playing 2-3 minutes a night, some nights, and that's just not the way you play, especially when you have a guy like Derek Ryan, who's such a safe player, can play up down your line. But when he's on your fourth line, he's just a safe player you can put out there, in the D zone to do a job. And tonight they got two big goals, and we saw them in the last 20 seconds, killing off the rest of this game.
All right, well, let's go to our first post-game guest, who right on cue is Sam Bennett, I believe. Sam, how's it going, man?
It's going well. You guys like me, hey?
Yeah, right. Always pumping your tires. And
you're my first request every time.
I love it, Stage.
No matter what.
Let's start with that. I mean, just pick up on what he was talking about. You guys out there, obviously, to kill this game off, but that had to feel good just to be able to seal up that 2-1 victory.
Yeah, it did for sure. That was a big game for us. We got a really good start tonight, which we needed, and then we just did a solid job of holding them off and bearing down there at the end.
Do you think, well, first of all, let's go through the first couple of goals that your line generates, and just, what you're seeing in terms of the turnovers, and then the way you were able to execute it on the other end.
Yeah, it was just quick transition. We made a couple quick passes, and two great finishes by Leivo. So, we found some chemistry there, and it was a lot of fun playing with them tonight.
And we saw some great speed from Benny there in the neutral zone to create that play. Give yourself some credit,
space.
Benny.
Thanks, Stage. I know you're always there to pump my tires.
I think you guys, I know you're labeled as the fourth line with the way the lines are set up, but really I don't think that matters with Darryl. What kind of advice or small talk did he have with you guys? We hear him that he gives roles to guys, or he makes you really know what your job is. Was there any kind of dialogue in that sense going to the game?
Yeah, there was. Darryl's really good at communicating, and I think everyone on the team knows their job, knows their role, and like you said, he used us a lot tonight, not like a normal fourth line. So that's huge for I think the whole team, and if you can get all four lines going, it definitely takes some pressure off the top lines and just makes it a lot easier to roll all the lines.
It's like back when I was on the team, Benny? Got that fourth line going out there.
Exactly.
Did you, by the way, no goal announcement right away. You finally got the apple, though, on the second goal. So did you guys, you did get a piece of that, though, right, on the pass?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Me and Doc were laughing about that. We were wondering if we were going to get that, but obviously that's not as important as the win.
Yeah, but they better give that to you. They're sticklers here, man. They chip a lot of points here for the Flames. I think it has something to do with contract extensions and stuff. I think. But no, you guys deserved everything you got tonight. You guys were great. Congrats.
Thanks, Stage.
Yeah, appreciate the time. Hey, you're welcome out on this post-game show anytime, and probably will be back every time.
I appreciate it, guys. Love being here.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. There's Benny, a couple of assists, so that's what we were talking about. I think they announced it as unassisted, but Derek clearly got in there, so did Sam, and so eventually they get rewarded anyway, whether they touched it or not.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You win the game, but trust me, for those guys, that getting those points, it just helps with your confidence, and you deserve it. So good on them. And I think one thing with Darryl that it's going to be very noticeable is he's going to play these guys. It's not going to be, roll three lines, fourth line's going to play 3 minutes. It's you roll them, give them a role, and everybody's going to have a role, and we saw that tonight.
All right, second guest is there now. Noah Hanifin has the headset on. And Noah, just first of all, get your thoughts on the performance here tonight. Just from our perspective, looked like a real complete game. What did you see from your group?
Yeah, no, it was. We had a great start, and that was something, Darryl was harping on us before the game, is to make sure we get off to a good start. And I thought we accomplished that, and we kept building the game from there. I thought we were real tight defensively. We didn't give their good players too much space, and, that's what we got to do to have success.
Just as this game built on, I mean, you mentioned not giving them much space. What about as, they make a push there in the third period, the way you guys reacted and responded and eventually shut this one out?
Yeah, no, it was good. They're a good hockey team over there, and they're going to make a push there in the third, especially, being up 2 goals. So, I thought we did a good job handling it. And, even, that shift late in the third, just grinding them down, they got a penalty, and that helped us out finish the game. So, like you said, it was a real complete game. We just got to keep doing that.
How mad are your goal streaks done?
I know. It's tough.
You had that chance there in the third. We all thought.
I know.
But no, keep going. You're making some good reads out there, so it's good to see.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, Noah, even the thought on what you guys talked about over the last couple of days, just small tweaks and things like that. I mean, are we seeing kind of something in terms of the textbook as how you want to really establish your game now moving forward? What we saw tonight.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think, and there's still going to be things we're going to clean up. We only had 2 practices, and we'll keep getting better. There's little things in the game that we'll keep improving on, but I think overall, just the pace. We played fast tonight, and that's our identity. We want to get to that, and we play fast. We frustrate other teams, and that's something Darryl in the first 2 days, he paid a lot of attention to with us, and I think our team did a good job at getting on that tonight.
What did you guys see from that fourth line and what they gave you tonight? I should say air quotes fourth line maybe.
Yeah, no, it was great. And that's the thing. We rolled all 4 lines. Everyone contributed in different ways, and that fourth line's so reliable. They work hard. They possess the puck and they hold on to it, which is something you want in a fourth line. So, just a real complete game from everyone.
Pretty good scrap there from Lucic and Anderson too, eh? And that seemed to get everybody up.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Lucic is one of the leaders on our team, and obviously he's a real tough customer, and just answering the bell like that in the third, and got the boys fired up, and that's the character you want on a hockey team. So it was good to see.
Appreciate the time, man, as always.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Noah Hanifin there, stopping in with some thoughts post game here on the show, and there's everybody's kind of preaching the same thing, but subtle things, but really liked what they weren't giving up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You want to be hard to play against, and being hard to play against isn't just running around hitting the other team. Yeah. It's playing structured. You look at Montreal. They had 40 shots last night against Vancouver. They come in here and they just get over 20. I think they ended up
18. I think.
18. Yeah. So it's because the Flames are structured. The Canadiens are having a hard time getting through them and getting any quality chances, and then you got Markstrom back there who's as good as any. So it's a recipe for success if they keep buying in the way they do. And it's great to see just, the identity of everybody, starting to come, or we'll see it start to come, because, that you could tell even just talking to them that Darryl's identified roles for everybody. And that makes everybody feel important and valuable to the team. I think, sometimes that part of the game gets overlooked in a dressing room where you have a third or fourth liner, you kill penalties, that's your role, but you have, Darryl makes it a point. You have to do your job for us to win. You got to kill your penalties. You got to bring energy on your shifts. You got to make sure your line's on the plus side or even on the night, and then everybody has to bring it on themselves, and they do that, they're going to win. So I think it's great. A great pace for them. And when they say they're playing fast, it's keeping the puck moving. They're not circling back. Everybody being fast is being on the same page. Everybody knows. My line mate's going to get this puck in deep. The D-man's going to pinch here. I'm going to cover up for him. He knows he can pinch. It's just trusting each other and playing in sync.
Yeah, we're not talking about skating fast necessarily. It's about the puck movement and making sure everything's going the right direction.
Exactly. Yeah. And everybody skates fast. Even if a guy looks a little slower, they're still. Yeah. It's just the style of skating. Sometimes deceptive, and but when you're chasing the puck all night, that's usually when people start saying you're playing slow.
Playing slow. Fair enough. Let's go in here. We heard from 1/3 of that line tonight that produced the offense, the 2 goals. Let's hear from the other 2/3 in Derek Ryan and Josh Leivo.
Was this game kind of an example of the blueprint of what's kind of been laid out by Sutter coming in here?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was evident in our last couple of days of practice that it's very obvious how he wants us to play, and he wants a fast-paced game, structured, And I think that's what you saw for just about a full 60 minutes tonight. I thought that everybody was confident and 100% in what we needed to do on the ice in every shift. No one was hesitating or questioning anything. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to play that way.
Okay, we'll go to Wes Gilbertson next.
Josh, it wasn't too long ago that it felt probably for you like nothing was going to go in again. Can you just describe what it means to get a couple in Darryl's first night behind the bench?
You know what, it feels great. I don't think I get those goals without the line mates and the way we played. You know what, they worked hard, created some turnovers, and you know I was just standing in the right spot. And you know what, when you're ready for it, sometimes the puck goes in. So I got to give credit to my line mates.
And if I can just ask you one more, could you get a sense, you know, we haven't seen Darryl behind a bench since 2017. Can you get a sense what this win tonight maybe meant to him?
Yeah, you know, he's an intense guy, and he wants us to get out there quick and work hard. So, you know, you can hear it behind us on the bench, and when he comes in intermission, he's ready to go, and you know that sets us up for each period.
Okay, we'll go to Darren Haynes.
Josh, the offense is nice, but it must have felt good to be trusted with those final 40 seconds of a one-goal game, too.
Yeah, I think that's what he shows. He wants to play four lines. The way we play with our style now is four lines have to go. So, you know, when he called on us, we knew we had to be ready and just get the puck out and just not let them score.
Question for Derek. We've heard this concept of protect the middle of the ice. How would you say you did that in that regard tonight?
Yeah, Darryl's been pretty clear that he has a lot of attention and focus on the centerman on the team. He asks a lot out of us, and I think rightfully so. I think a lot of NHL games are dictated from the middle of the ice out, so I think it's important for us to you know, be making the right decisions, whether in the D zone, you're in the right spot, even more so throughout the neutral zone, and at each blue line, you know, the centermen are kind of the keystone there, where we usually are carrying the puck, and we have to make the right decision, whether it's a play to the outside or a play just to get it in deep and establish our forechecks. So, yeah, like I said, he's made it clear that centermen are really important, and I like it.
Thank you.
We'll go to Eric Francis.
In just the simplest terms, guys, what did we see different in terms, I know you've alluded to some of it, but what did we see different in your style of play tonight that was the most significant?
I would say intensity. I think right from the get-go we got out on them. We knew they had a back-to-back, so that was our game plan, to get out quick. And you know what, we kept that going into the second. And even the third, I think there was a couple shifts there in the third where they kind of got going a bit. But other than that, that was a pretty solid win. And you know, when you got Markey back there, it gives you a little more comfortability and gives you the confidence to keep playing.
Yeah, if you want me to be real specific, I think our forecheck was a lot better tonight than it's been in other games previously. I thought that you know, Darryl's made a couple of points on that, and I thought we did a really good job of getting pucks behind their D and then being really structured in our forecheck, and I think we gave them a little bit of trouble, you know, turning pucks over and spending some time in the O-zone that way.
And how important is patience in this new system?
Yeah, there's some patience, but it's also, it demands a lot of hard work. You know, F1 is always hunting. He doesn't want guys, you know, sitting back and waiting for them to come at us. He wants to go at the other team. So, yeah, I mean, hockey is a game of patience for sure, especially at the NHL level. But I think Darryl is instilling you know, the idea of playing hard and fast at every moment of every shift.
Okay, no further questions. Thanks very much, guys. We'll be right back with Jacob Markstrom.
We call it the Ram 1500 Limited. But truth be told, there's nothing limited about it. Ram 1500, winner, J.D. Power Award for Best Driver Appeal.
Flames postgame live brought to you by Ram Truck. Calgary Flames 2-1 winners over the Montreal Canadiens. You heard Derek Ryan and the emphasis on centerman. As a fellow centerman yourself, you got to love that as well, the priority or the focus on the centerman.
Well, you're the smartest guy on the ice. You're the centerman.
That's right, yeah.
You got to be the most responsible. You're support all over the ice. I don't care what any D-man says. We have to support them in their own end,
Yeah.
And in this O-zone, you got to kind of take care of the dumbest players, the wingers. You got to make sure
you got
to protect their let them go. I had to with Michael Furlan for a little bit there. Just let him go.
Yeah.
Get all the glory, but there's 4 other guys got to cover him up. But that's hockey. It's so true from the middle out, and it's not just the centerman. It's everybody's got to support because if the F1 guy is the centerman, then a winger has to fall in. But I think you see the teams that win like. Down the middle, it's so important, and I would include the goaltender and defense with that, and you include everybody, but you build from the center out. Just the system you play. It's harder to score from the boards than it is in the middle of the ice.
Let's go back into that's great. Well, I like the depiction though. Let's go back in here a couple more post-game thoughts. Let's hear from Markstrom first, guys. If you guys have that there, I think Markstrom just moments ago speaking to the media as well.
Jacob, I'm just wondering from your vantage point, what were the differences tonight? We've all talked about this being Darryl's first game behind the bench. What looked different in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we played a great game. I think our forecheck was really good, and obviously we spent more time in the O-zone than they spent time in our zone, and I think everybody was obviously. I thought our urgency was really good, and everybody was skating, and it's a great effort and a great win.
We'll go to Darren Haynes next.
Jacob, I feel like a knock on this team to this point in the season has been how well you handled adversity. Vancouver or Montreal gets a goal. It's a bit of a kind of a fluky goal. How did you feel the team kind of responded in that moment? That was kind of a key point in the game.
No, obviously I thought it was great throughout the whole game. The other team they're gonna get some chances, but I thought we limited them to very few chances, and they got a tip goal there, and our guys just kept with the process. I mean, that's the most important thing to do when not get frustrated and let in another one to tie the game up. So I thought we played a very strong game defensively, and everybody was talking and helping each other out. So it was a great team effort.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks very much, Jake.
Thank you,
We're
guys.
right back with Darryl Sutter.
That was quick. It's quick from the goaltender.
We got to cut out Kelso there. He keeps getting to talk at the end.
Airtime? Yeah, it's true. Kelso airtime. Actually, before we wrap things up, we got a couple of thoughts. Let's go listen to the head coach. This is his first post-game breakdown. Darryl Sutter, I think he is there now. Let's listen in on his post-game avail. Oh, okay. Well, we'll cue that up. I think he's just getting ready. Okay, here we go. So Darryl is he's ready. He's set. Let's hear from him. Oh, he's breaking it down. There you go.
What was your kind of assessment of that first one? What did you find maybe most encouraging from what you saw from your group?
I thought we played a patient game and pretty much a mistake-free game. There's probably 6 or 7 turnovers that we were going to have to get out of our system, but to play against a team that doesn't give up much and be able to come away with the win is hey, we needed it. We're 6 points behind them coming in the game.
A few years later, is winning a game behind an NHL bench as rewarding and as much fun as you remembered?
Yeah, every win is there's lots of them, so they're all the same. You take it and get ready for the next one.
We'll go to Eric Francis next.
Darryl, what were some of the most significant differences in the style of play that they incorporated tonight for you?
You mean our team?
Yeah, like the changes that you wanted them to make. Which were the most significant ones?
Well, we had 4 lines. You want to win hockey games in this division, you need four good lines and 3 good pair and your goaltender to make some some big saves or good saves, and you know, I think that we're going to have to work at that because we'll play a much better team on Saturday night than we played tonight.
Okay, we'll go to Darren Haynes.
Darryl, obviously got 2 goals from the Leivo, Bennett, and Ryan line,
Yep.
and also had them on the ice for the last 40 seconds. So that tells me that you probably liked their night. Can you just elaborate on what you liked out of them tonight?
Well, as I just said, Eric, we need 4 good lines, and it could be that they were very good, but it could be there was another line that we couldn't put out there.
Any further questions? Eric, do you have another question?
Hey, you guys,
Yeah,
are you still on there?
I'm still.
Hey,
Darryl.
just so you know, this win is twofold here. One is for the late King, who we lost a year ago, and the other one is for my mother, for her 85th birthday today. So this win is for those two.
Darryl, her birthday was yesterday, right?
No,
You gotta get that.
March 11th,
Okay, I thought it was yesterday. Okay, it's today. I know all your brothers. got it for it,
1930,
right?
March 11th, 1936.
Darryl, you just mentioned that maybe there was a line that you couldn't put out there. Was there a line that was particularly frustrating for you tonight, or
You know
weren't
what?
grasping?
You know what,
your
Eric? The big thing is this division. You have to play at a pace, and you have to check, and that comes into your attrition and your ability to stay with it, and we have to work with our players to do that. So, you know, I'm not singling out anybody. I just know as a team we're going to have to be a hell of a lot better.
Okay, thanks, Darryl.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, final question here to Darren Haynes. Darren, you're on mute.
When Montreal
Over
gets
there. Yeah.
when Montreal gets the goal, you know, kind of came out of nowhere, a bit fluky. Handling adversity hasn't been kind of a strong suit, I think, with this team this season. How did you feel they responded tonight, though?
I thought our next shift after the goal, we were fine. I mean, that's part of the game. You are gonna, whether the team or the players or the coaches like it, there might be a goal scored on you at some point during the game, but your ability to play through it, and that's the next biggest challenge, is the adversity in a game for players to be able to play through it. So, you know what, we need to work at that also.
Okay, thanks very much.
All right, there is Darryl Sutter. Some great stuff in there. So he dedicates the win to the late Ken King, which is great, and his mother celebrating her 85th birthday, is what you said? Yeah, Grace Sutter. So happy birthday to Darryl's mom, and yeah, a pretty cool moment there. But I think he, you know, emphasizing not necessarily happy. Obviously, you get the win, but not necessarily you know, satisfied exactly just yet. There's still more work to do.
Yeah, I don't think Darryl will be satisfied until he's lifting the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's just
Yep.
Darryl. But you know that just, you know, look, he's always taking notes.
Yeah.
He's always.
I would like to see that. Yeah,
I'd love to, but he's always taking notes. I remember when I got traded here, it was always taking notes, and you know, it's just probably, you know, his thing, and he's always reminding himself certain things. So you know, he's an intelligent guy. I think you know, he's even got a lot of the media guessing. Everybody's going to be trying to find out who he's talking
which
about.
Line he's talking about.
Which I don't think it was a shot at anybody, but I think he's keeping everybody on their toes. And he's right. You need 4 lines. Teams don't win the Stanley Cup or get deep into the playoffs on 2 lines or on 1 line. You need everybody doing their job and pulling their weight. And we saw that tonight, and he's going to continue to push for that. And that's what's going to create success and a winning culture here.
And fair to say that, to his point, you know, Montreal, the fact that they get in late and obviously maybe not seeing their I think they had points in 6 straight games coming into tonight, so that kind of snaps that streak tonight. But, you know, fair to say we'll probably see a different team on Saturday night as well.
Yeah, I would think so. I think anytime a team doesn't play well or loses, they're going to respond. That's what's so intriguing about this season and the series, how you're playing the same teams back to back. So I would expect a better team. They did have a late night last night, and it was probably a little bit of a shock to them. Probably not a shock because they knew Darryl Sutter was behind the bench for the first game, so they knew the Flames were going to be on.
Start.
But Vancouver was very, very high risk last night at the highlights I saw and looking at the shot total. And you come into a game today after last night where things came easy, and today they had to work for anything they got, and they didn't really get that much. And when they did, Jacob Markstrom was there. So I would expect a better team Saturday. Just like I expect the Flames to even come out better Saturday because they're going to want to build off this.
Well said. So that's the story from tonight, and obviously something to build on for the Calgary Flames. Jacob Markstrom, you talk about him, and obviously nice to have that line of defense, but 17 saves only tonight on 18 shots. So probably nice to keep his workload quiet as well.
Yeah, he's the backbone of this team. He's kind of gotten them quite a few wins early in the year. You can argue it to be at 500 now. So. I'm sure he's welcoming this new style of play where it's, more of a team-oriented defensive first style because his workload is going to be a little less on a game to game. He's got to stay sharp. Those games aren't easy to play. But, he won't have to come out here and try and make 30, 35 saves on a night when the team's sloppy. And then, you can ride him a lot more this way too.
Well said. All right, thanks for the time.
Yeah.
Breaking it down here, the Calgary Flames 2-1 winners over the Montreal Canadiens, and it's both goals coming from Josh Leivo. In fact, he has 2 tonight, 3 on the season, starting to build for the Calgary Flames, which is a great sign. These two teams will do it all over again coming up on Saturday. An earlier start time, it's 5 o'clock local time, so they go a little bit early into the prime time on Hockey Night in Canada. That does it for Flames TV Live, brought to you by Ram Truck. And we'll see you on Saturday night.